Before this war, Syria had the biggest population of Christians in the entire Middle East, and those Christians enjoyed full citizenship, unlike they do in Israel. Syria, before 2011, was a modern country with a thriving culture, a good economy. But all of that changed when it was marked for destruction because its leader, Bashar al-Assad, wouldn't grovel to Israel. Wouldn't let the international Rothschild-run banking cartel gut his nation. And so they decided to take him out. Just like Saddam Hussein. Just like Muammar Gaddafi. And now Assad is the last one standing until you get to Iran. This isn't happening organically. It never has. This is being directed by Israelis and their bitches in the United States government. They created ISIS, just like they created Al-Qaeda, just like they created Hamas. They founded these terror networks. They trained these terror networks, and they weaponized them against the world, especially against the Middle East, where they've killed millions of people and used them as an excuse to wage war. In fact, they're so committed to this that for 20 years, they sent American soldiers, young men, to be picked off by these disgusting terrorists while refusing to let them do what they needed to do to win, just so they could pretend that they were on the opposite side. Just so the public wouldn't notice that Israel and the United States were behind the entire thing and were using these people and these terror networks that they established as a pretext for the Israeli conquest of the Middle East, because that's what this is all about. It's about turning the Middle East, the Islamic world, to fire so that Israel can steamroll everything and establish their Jewish Talmudic empire of Greater Israel, which includes almost all of Syria, specifically the region that they're fighting in right now. I was called an anti-Semitic conspiracy theorist for suggesting that the Greater Israel Project actually exists. They wear the patch of the map of Greater Israel on their fucking arms. This has been in the works for a very long time, and it's important to remember that in America, not just one party, not just one president, not just one side of the fake political aisle has brought this on. It's all of them. It's the entire United States government, because they're all owned by the same war-happy, bloodthirsty Jews. It was Reagan who gave millions of dollars to the Taliban. It was George H.W. Bush who went to war with Saddam Hussein the first time around. It was Bill Clinton who starved 500,000 Iraqi children to death with sanctions and no-fly zones. And of course, we all know that it was George W. Bush who oversaw this side of the 9/11 Mossad operation on 9/11 that killed nearly 3,000 Americans. He sent America to Afghanistan. He sent America back to Iraq. When Obama was in office, he started the Syrian civil war. He founded ISIS with Benjamin Netanyahu. When Trump was in office for the first time, he bombed Syria and Syrian troops who were fighting the terrorists, and he did it more than once. He even bombed Russians in Syria because they were helping Bashar al-Assad fight ISIS. American troops, young American men, under Obama, under Trump, and under Biden, have been sent to Syria. They have been killed. They have been tasked with helping select factions of these rebel groups to fight their war. The United States would love to pretend that we're fighting some kind of righteous war on terrorism, but in reality, we're the ones creating the terrorism.